Is This Thing On is out in theaters. New film from Bradley Cooper, starring Will Arnett, Laura Dern, Andra Day, Bradley Cooper himself, Amy Sedaris, and Kieran Hintz. The film is loosely based on a real story of a British comedian named John Bishop. The movie opens with Will Arnett's character Alex being visibly miserable. He's got this 1,000-yard stare, and we quickly find out why. He and his wife agreed to get a divorce, although, judging by his behavior, this is a sort of reluctant agreement. We're not really given a reason initially, but it seems it isn't anyone being unfaithful or anything like that, but rather slow mutual burnout from the years of relationship. Alex moves out of the house, gets a sad little apartment in the city, tries to orient himself in the new situation, and one night he wants to enter a bar. The doorman says it's $15 to come in as it's a comedy night, but if you put your name down for the open mic, you go in for free. Alex decides, fuck it, let's go up. And he walks on stage and he starts talking about his dying relationship, which, while awkward and unpolished, seems to get some laughs from the audience and, crucially, begins to feel like a new calling for him. So I gotta say, I really loved this film. I think more than most people, judging by some of the lukewarm or even straight up negative comments I've seen online. I think it's a great piece of cinema. It is primarily held together by fantastic performances from both leads. Arnett and Dern are both incredible, and for him, you really buy his awkwardness and kind of meek attitude in this sort of large body of a man, coupled with genuine charisma right underneath. It is, I think, impossible not to root for him in this film. And Laura Dern is really fiery in the way she plays the kind of excitement with new possibilities outside of the old marriage, the confused feelings once she realizes she's falling for Alex again, the kind of underlying sadness and regrets that have to do with her abandoning her sports career years earlier. The pivotal scene in the film where she sees him perform for the first time, which he doesn't know she's in the audience, is just terrific acting from her. From just the face, you can see this whole spectrum of emotions that she ends up going through. I think the relationship feels 100% real and bittersweet. No notes there. The writing is very good. Loved most of the dialogue. Maybe with the exception of how easy and forgiving the stand-up audience is presented to be. And with how seemingly no consequences are seen from the one angry rant monologue on stage towards the end of the movie. I love Bradley Cooper's little role. He plays this massive asshole, this egomaniac actor who's not really doing well, but he's always high on his own ego and also on weed. Always making me laugh with his outlandish lines and attitude, and always making the other members of the audience laugh. I mean, the whole theater was roaring whenever he was on screen. Great comic relief. I love the way the film looks. It's got this warm hue of the orange comedy club lights, and this, along with its overall small stakes atmosphere, leads to a generally very pleasant viewing. I mean, yes, there are some more dramatic scenes, but here and there, but overall the movie just feels comforting, like a warm blanket. The camera work is great. Apparently, all the handheld stuff was operated by Cooper himself, who wanted to be close to the characters. The result is, most of the film feels very personal and immersive, like we're in there watching real people, or being one of them in the situation. Two specific sequences that are very memorable to me. One is the very first scene of Alex walking into the club and on stage. And Bradley Cooper has talked about this in one of the interviews. His face in that scene is never shown straight to the camera until he stands up at the mic and starts talking. And at that point, the camera rotates and positions itself right across his face, and we can see straight into his eyes. Great way to show how initially he's sort of avoidant and unsure, and suddenly he is in this very up close personal situation. Second scene is going to be obvious for those that see the film, but it's the attic scene towards the end, and specifically how it ends and transitions super smoothly into Alex walking out on stage again, just impressively crisp editing and cinematography there. Final point, I like the music and I loved the use of Under Pressure. Not once, but twice, and both times it as diegetic music, very cleverly woven into the story. All in all, really loved this film. Surprised it didn't get any acting nominations this year at the Oscars. I mean, I think the two leads are straight up amazing, but the rest of the film was also a blast.